Hello, David Paul here. I'm going to try and do a sneaky video here of the hardware store. It's a hardware, well, what is it? It's not a hardware store. I keep calling them hardware stores. It's really a builder's merchants. As you can see at the back there, they've got lots of cement blocks and lots of gravel. That's ex-volcanic gravel. It just never ends because the volcanoes go off forever, and there will always be rock in the Philippines. So anyway, I'm going to go and price some materials for anybody who's interested in this kind of stuff, because you just got to get your eye in, as the expression goes. You got to get your eye in. Now, let's see what I got here. These are steel box sections, and they're good for making roofs and stuff like that. So I may be using these, but we'll see, because there's a problem. The house I'm constructing is supposed to be made of wood, so I don't know how much they're going to tolerate before it becomes not a Baihaiku but Baihaiku. The main thing for me is to get the roof to be acceptable as a steel roof, and the rest of it I can do myself. I don't even need screws or nails or anything. Use pegs or glue or whatever. So these box sections, what my eye looks at here is the straightness of these things, because I have an idea to make a machining device. That's interesting. But you see the bend on that? Just by lifting it up, it bends like crazy. So it has to be stiff when it's lifted up and not bend. And even that, there's some bend on it. Anyway, at least it settles into a sort of straight line when it's down. But if you look at that, you see I'm bending that beam in my action between here and there. So I cannot really entirely trust that to be straight. But because it's got no sort of set to it, it hasn't got an inbuilt bend, I could probably hang it and then screw it down, and then it would be, I'd know it was straight. Why do I want to do that? Because what I want to do is I want to make things called track saws, and I want to do sledge routing of timber. So you go back and forwards with the router and machine the timber. But why do I have to be so particular? Because when I do it, I'm going to be doing things which are, I don't know, 4 meters plus in length, as much as I can get away with, because I mean, you're limited when you're constructing things to the size of the material that you're using. So if things only come in certain lengths, well, you're stuck down to that. I don't know what length these things are. Geez, that must be about 6 meters at least. So that's really good. That's a good dimension, that. I'm in business with that. So what we got here, lots of really good stuff. Look at that rebar. I'm not into this stuff. I'm not into making concrete things, but the rebar itself is really good, because you can cut it up and you can loop the ends, fix them together, and then weld them, and then you can bolt them at either end, and then you can use them as tensile members in a wooden construction. And in terms of their tensile strength, it's just off the scale. It's just beyond a joke, you know. I may be doing this kind of thing in Portugal, you never know, in conjunction with using wood. So anyway, here we got some mas malaking box section, and bigger, mas malaking, more bigger than the other thing. So, magandang hapon. Ako gusto lang inquire para sa mga bayad para sa mga materials para sa construction para sa bahay. May tao dito. Salamat, salamat. But about, is it okay? I want to film my materials. Materials para sa construction.
Materials for construction?
Yeah. May inquiries ako para sa materials para sa construction. Sa pangkalahatan para sa kisame, hindi ko ang salita para sa roof lang.
For ceiling?
Sa YouTube site. Okay lang? Masaya ba kayo? Ha? Okay lang.
First for ceiling.
Okay.
This ang paring.
Oo. Pero hindi yan. Ang corrugated iron.
Huh?
Makano ang corrugated iron? Kisame. Ang kisame. Ito.
Steel deck, like that?
Sa taas. Oo.
Like that? Steel deck?
Yeah. My apologies, I'll have to do this in English. I have to overtype it in English when I figure out how to do it. Ito. Yeah.
Ay, roofing.
Ano ang haba ng ito?
They have 8, 10, 12.
Meters?
8 feet.
8 feet.
244, 306 at saka 366 meters.
So, 12 feet.
366.
Pinakamahabang 12 feet, yeah?
Yes.
Pinakamahaba. Makano para sa 12 feet?
725.
725 pesos. Okay lang, mabuti. That's it, yan lang. Stainless steel ba ito galvanized?
Yes.
Galvanized. Yeah, that's good stuff. Okay. Ano pa? What else? So that's 725, and that is 725, but no, 12 feet by
110.
1 point.
1.
Oh, 1 feet, 1 meter 10 centimeters.
Yes, and
1.1 10 meters.
1.10 meters.
Malapit na ako sa Portuguese.
Yes.
Centimetro. Metros. Okay, so that's 1.1 meters wide. So if you knock off 0.1 para sa jointage dito, yeah, at sa gitna mga 1 meter. So basically, you're going to lose, in English to you guys, you're going to lose 0.1 of a meter, and holy crap, that's cheap. You're going to lose 0.1 of a meter, so it's going to be on the join, but you're going to have a length of 12 feet, which is, I don't know what that is, 3.5 meters. I can't calculate it in my head at the moment. Okay, so why is that good? Well, what does that mean? That means about £10. So I'm going to have to pay, is that right? Jesus, that's cheap. That is going to be £10 for a 12 foot length thing, which could be the width of one room. Certainly, two of them would be, that's a substantial room. But let's say you had a little bedroom and it was, you took one of them across, and so you got a bedroom 1 meter long now, and you just increase it meter by meter by meter by meter as you lengthen the house. So if we look back at what I did in England, with the Bahay Kubo, the cabin in the woods, and I'm doing, like, because that's not something I own, it's not worth investing a lot of money in, so I'm just putting tarpaulins over it. But that thing is, this is even cheaper than the English price. That is 20. That's like about £15 for an 8 foot length of stuff made out of what do you call it? Bitumen. So where does that put us? So I'm looking at, say, maybe 2 of them for the width of the room, 2 of them for the width of the room, and I don't know how long, but say that's £20, and then the length of it is anywhere you want it to be, 20 times 4, so the entire room, say I did it 4 initially, that would be 1 bedroom, so you're looking at £80 in English, and in United States dollars probably about $100, and that's your big expenditure done and dusted. Everything else, as far as I'm concerned, is wood. And so here's a consideration. The question is why use that instead of that? So I have to like give that some thought, because this is dirt cheap. I'm going to ask in a moment how much that is, but it's as cheap as shit, honestly. And that one on the top there, I don't know if that one's a better one. It's got more ridges than this one, but the ridges on this one are deeper. Matigas strong. Ano ang pinakamatigas ng bagay dito? Pinakamatigas ito?
Special order sir, 0.5 in thickness.
Pinakamatigas?
0.5 yan.
Oo. Pero ang kisame mo yan, ito. That's Pariolo, yeah?
It's
Yeah.
0.3, 0.4.
Yeah.
Pinakamatigas pa
so,
dito.
Pinakamataas at saka pinakamatigas, strong.
Special order, 0.5.
Special order ito. Yeah, okay. Anong kulay sa taas?
They have stock chocolate brown, red, at saka blue.
Walang puti.
Special order.
Pwede ba? Oh my god, that's good. So he says you got brown, red and blue, and you can get a special order of white, and white is the baby, man. Oh man, cool. Hindi mainit ang puti. Yeah.
Di masakit sa mata.
Yeah, this is good. So, we're in business. At saka ito, makano ito? Mga
12 feet,
12 feet, yeah.
299.
$2.99. Oh my god, Jesus, that's mura. My god, that's cheap. So that is like $250. It's, holy crap, that's so cheap. That's just that's so just like out of body experience here, you know. It's that's about £2.50, which to an American something like $3 a sheet. Oh my god, that is bloody cheap. I am so tempted to skimp on the price, because we're looking at 20 quid compared to what did he say? It's basically about quarter of the price. A quarter of the price. Oh god, that's tempting. But I've seen this stuff on roofs and it's lasted years, and how by the time it rots, I'll be long dead. I'll be 6 foot under. So, as I say, that's very tempting to cut the budget. And that's about it, basically. Now the other thing is about these linear track things. These pipes here, which I'll be using for water, I'm not even going to inquire, because they're going to be dirt cheap. And even if they weren't, I'm going to be using virtually none. This is a great store. It's just got the stuff, you know. Now, I was talking about, you know, this is a man's kind of thing, like into angle iron and stuff like that. So let's look at the question of angle iron. The reason being is I can make my saw track device using angle iron, and my god, that'll be stiff. And I also have a sort of idea for a kind of like a scanning door type thing with a router on it that allows me to flatbed machine logs. So basically you're facing logs, you're flatbed facing them, and to do that it's got to be precise and not like spring about or anything. And what's going to do that? Angle iron. Now, as it happens, These are the frames for the door when they fasten up at night. And that, my God, that's stiff. So that would do the job. That's about an inch by an inch. So let's consider how much that's going to be. So some of these guys are happy being on camera, and some of them are not. So it's a cheek, I know, but like it's a good advert for this store. So this is in Davao. I'll put the name in the description. Okay, so what we got here, we got a lot of steel framework, really good steam framework, and so I'm interested in that thing there, maybe, which is about 1.5 by 1.5 angle iron, and it is not going anywhere. That's not bendy at all. And what else? Anopa. What else? We're looking at finding another. Oh, I like that. That's a pretty one. That. It's not so like build a ship sort of thickness. This is a better one. It's the cheapest most. Oh, there you are. That's what I'm looking for. This little thin one here. So I'm going to ask him why why are these different colours? Because they all seem to be the same thing to me. Maybe they're just different batches. Okay. This guy must be getting pissed off with me now. Probably. Alam mo ba ang costs? Ang bayad para sa bagay? Walang prices dito. Ano, bakit dito ay ibang kulay?
Ibang sizes.
Ibang sizes, oh. Ano ang
No. Iba yung yung
payat, yeah, o payot o
yung kabaga niya.
O mataba. So ano ang payat? Ang payat dito? Payat at mataba. Yeah, it looks like it, yeah. So
ito yung yung mas baga.
Mas mataba.
Mas mataba.
At pinakapayat, yeah. Ang pinakapayat, ano ito mga, oh Jesus Lord, that's ang haba. What's that, like 10 meters or something?
20 feet.
20 feet, Christ. So, makano ito, alam mo? At saka ito. At saka
250.
250. At saka ang pinakamatigas.
Ito.
Ito. Siguro ito. Pinakamatigas. Makano yan?
Kol, ang dulbar nga dos, Kol. Green.
And then I've got one final question, which is the thinnest one here, the narrowest is 250 para sa 20 feet, yeah. At saka pinakamatigas dito siguro ito. Makano yan?
795.
795. Okay lang. Sa huling tanong, question, makano para sa isang
One length.
no, hindi, para sa isang rebar. I'm trying to think of the English word. Isa lang rebar. Rebar. That's the way you call a rotundar.
Depends on
Rebar. Yeah, because there's like thin ones and fat. He says depends on what they want. Because there's thin ones and there's fat ones. I forgot about that. So let's go for the Pinakamataba. Pinakamataba.
16 mm.
7...
16 mm. 348.
340 pesos. Okay lang. Maraming salamat. Paalam. So I better say goodbye to that because let's not chew these people to death. I got to go through this video myself to figure out what the prices are. But like guys, just when I figure out how to do words on YouTube, I will put them on. But this is ICM. No, it's not. It's Come Again Hardware. ICM Ministries. No, it's not. That's above. Come Again Hardware. It's a place called Puan in Davao, and I think this is an excellent place. It's just got the kind of things you need, and apart from all of the like goodies inside, which I just cannot get round to doing on a video at the moment. So now we've got the basics of how to build a house, the very essentials. To be honest, I won't buy things here because I have to go to Samal Island, and then I'm going to have to get materials transported to Samal Island, and that's stupid because I'll be able to buy the same things on Samal. But anyway, that's 12 feet by 120, which is the most important thing that I'm dealing with here, and that is 10 English pounds, which is 720 pesos, 10 English pounds. I'm really happy with that. Okay. Atilago, makita tayo sa kana. See you later. Jesus be with you.